Shalom, shalom. All praises, glory, and honor be unto Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, Bahashem Rakar Kadash. Double honors unto the apostles and the elders of GMS, who are the true leaders of all Israel on earth today. Salutations to my fellow laborers, the Akim, the confusion of face Akim, that hazard their lives doing this work in truth and sincerity on the highways and byways around the four corners. And salutations to the hopefully elect and the Akwathium that are listening and learning. Okay, this is a recap on that the video that the weapons of our warfare are not carnal. I believe that's Corinthians. Slovakia. I think it's 2 Corinthians 10 and 4, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, maybe a second. Slovakia, I mean first. Slovakia. Oh, still in first. 12. This is 2 Corinthians 10 and 4. And it reads, "For the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but mighty through power to the pulling down of strongholds and casting down imaginations and everything that exalted itself against the knowledge of power, to bring into captivity every thought to obedience of Hamashiach," which is our mission. It is what we're doing, what we're doing. That prophecy is being fulfilled. We're a big danger to the so-called white man just simply by reading the Bible and telling the truth about who he is. And they are the biblical Edomites written about in the Bible, not Japhet. All right. If you've read the Bible and understood the Bible, you would know that Esau, Edom, conquered Japhet's land and took his name and identity, as he did here in America. Every place he goes, he calls himself by that landmass. All right. So you people that are coming with that Japhet madness is total madness. There's no scripture that says that Japhet would do the things that Esau has done. Okay, there's no scripture on that. The things that have been done by the so-called white man was prophesied in the Bible to be done by Japhet, not Salakia, by Esau, Edom, not by Japhet. Okay, there's no prophecy that said Japhet would take the children of Israel into captivity, that they would rule the earth. No, it's Edom. Okay, so now with this gun issue, you got these jakes out here that are arming themselves, and there's nothing wrong with arming yourself. I mean, there is a scripture that says, "Sell your garment and buy ye 2 swords." So it's nothing but arming yourselves. But if you think that is going to save you from what's about to come, what's about to happen, it's not going to do so. It may save you for a little, maybe a day, maybe 2, maybe a couple minutes. Maybe a day, maybe 2 weeks, who knows? But you're going to run out of ammo. And secondly, and most importantly, the blessing of the sword, which the modern day sword is the gun, was given to Esau, Edom. And he has way more guns than you, way more ammo than you. You can't fight him. If you don't have the power of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, you're pretty much screwed. Let's let this video play.
Yesterday's march in Washington was just one more chapter in America's decades-long debate about guns, gun control, and the Second Amendment. But often underrepresented in that argument is a group of gunners who believe they are a particular target of violence and need to defend themselves. NewsHour Weekend Special Correspondent Simon Ostrowski has our report.
High ready. Fire. This gun range is similar to others across America where firearms enthusiasts, proud and protective of their Second Amendment rights, can practice becoming a better shot. There you go. Whenever you're ready. How you like it?
I like it a lot.
Move, 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 move. But this isn't a gathering of the National Rifle Association.
Usually the clubs that I see is mostly Caucasians.
Yeah.
And so I saw this club. It was pretty unique, and so I gave it a shot.
In August of 2017 is when I became a member of this chapter of the National African American Gun Association.
We're with the Denver...
So Jake is clearly not taking heed to come out of my people and separate. That doesn't mean go and start a separate gun club away from the so-called white man. All right? This cartoon that I just profiled in the video, right here. If you go...
Now it's time for a brief history of the United States of America.
Right about here.
But you couldn't convince the white people of this, so they formed the Ku Klux Klan. And in 1871, the same year the Klan became an illegal terrorist organization, another group was founded, the National Rifle Association. Soon politicians passed one of the first gun laws, making it illegal for any black person to own one. It was a great year for America, the KKK and the NRA. Of course, they had nothing to do with each other, and this was just a coincidence.
But you can see how they were very well working together, and laws were put into place that allowed so-called white men to own firearms, and Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans could not. Okay? And they couldn't testify against them, so they could shoot them, burn crosses, burn and hang them at will, and nothing could be done about it. Those laws were never erased. Okay? That's why the Black Panthers were eventually unarmed and most of them killed. All right? And the Brown Berets, which was made up of mostly Puerto Ricans.
One group legally promoted responsible gun ownership, and the other group shot and lynched black people.
There it is. Okay? So, you have to understand that
yesterday's march in Washington,
gun ownership is not the way out of this, man.
Debate about
okay, gun ownership is not going to save you. All right, because Esau is coming for you. See if I can find that video. Here it is.
A mother and her son, driven off the road last Thursday, attacked, their car damaged, and they were called racial slurs.
Well, the mother tells me that witnesses backed up her story to police and adds that the people who did it called law enforcement to admit what they did, but now, nearly a week later, still no one has been arrested. She wants to know why not.
Tried to run us off the road saying, you get the out of our country, get the out of our country, and we were like, you know what I mean, distraught.
Natia Shim and her 17-year-old son were on their way to Latham Farms last Thursday afternoon to fill out job applications for the soon-to-be high school graduate, when all of a sudden, she says, a green truck with lights on top of it rammed her car onto the shoulder.
All he kept saying was, Mommy, they're going to kill us, they're going to kill us, you know what I mean? And I'm just sitting there like, just go, and I'm ducking down in the seat.
Natia says the truck cut them off at the exit ramp to Latham. Then, at least 3 men and 2 women, one older, one younger, got out and began destroying her mirrors.
So she actually stopped her vehicle while people are chasing and shooting at her. So, because later I'm going to show a woman with the firearm. Okay? You women aren't built for war, man. Don't let movies like Proud Mary get you fucked up, get you twisted out there. That is not in your nature. Okay? You know, that these movies with the atomic blonde and all, those are movies. Okay? There's a reason why they don't put women in combat.
Hitting the car with bats.
And if they do, it's going to be the death of a lot of men.
Smashing in a window, she later learned from witnesses, with a frying pan. This all while shouting obscenities and racial slurs.
And they're screaming that they are the white supremacists. We do not belong in their country.
Her son managed to maneuver.
Let's get it straight. This is not the so-called white man's country. This is not Esau Edom's country. No, neither are any other places they dwell. They belong in Mount Seir, which is south of Israel, over there in near the land of Israel. That's where they belong. That's their home. They call it Petra today.
Out of the chaos, and she called 911 because the incident happened on a state road. New York State Police began investigating. Natia says in the time she was being interrogated at Troop G, 7 eyewitnesses called to corroborate her story. But then she says a call came in from the perpetrators admitting they did it.
The people that did it said, oh, we thought that her vehicle was the vehicle who robbed my son from for a radio. a day prior and water release. The TSA says the damage is at least 3,000.
So they called in. You mean they couldn't trace it? But that goes to show you they didn't care. They knew that it wasn't her. You just gonna find another vehicle the same color and look like and just attack a random vehicle? But that has always been the MO of the so-called white man. Let me read an insert from the book Hidden Heroism by Robert B. Egerton. Okay? Hidden Heroism by Robert B. Egerton. And this is an account of a Jake that was beaten and hung to death. All right? And burned. His body burned. All right? Then this is on page 64. And it reads, burn the nigger, ... We seem to have the right nigger, but whether we have or not, burn a nigger. It is an assault upon the white race, ... It would justify the white people in burning any nigger. The example would be all the more powerful if we got the wrong one. It would serve notice on the niggers that we shall hold the whole race responsible for the misdeeds of each individual. And that's exactly what's going to happen to the so-called white man. All you I would never do that. Or my family, no. You're all going to pay. The Lord deals with the whole race. All the Israelites weren't going off and being wicked, but they all paid. Okay? And this woman, I never heard her once, thank God. You know, she definitely wouldn't have used a name, but I never heard her say it or anything like that. Because you know what? The Lord reserved her and her son for more than likely for a worse punishment, for a worse death. Let's click back. Let's find this chick right here. All right. And before I play her video, let me, so now you got to go through that damn 5 seconds on the,
every single day, pretty much. If I'm in here and I make music, as soon as I put it in the Pro.
There we go. So let's stop that right there. And let's get some scriptures. Okay? This is and see you Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans don't understand why these things are happening to you. So let's get some scriptures to solidify it. This is Deuteronomy 28:66. All right, and it reads, and thy life shall hang in doubt before thee, and thou shalt fear day and night, and thou shalt have no assurance of thy life. All right, and that is a lot of condition. Hence the reason why you saw the gun ownership of so-called African-American increasing, okay? Because their lives are hanging in the balance. You get pulled over by the police, and then, you know, next thing you know, there is a clip of in one of these videos of the guy, Philandro Castillo, and he's saying, I'm not reaching for my weapon. I'm not reaching for my weapon. And the cop shoots him to death anyway, man. All right. So you can comply with Esau's laws. You got to remember, they already had written laws in the past. It supersedes the ones that were written today. All right. You have to understand when the Second Amendment was put into place, you Negroes were not considered citizens and still aren't. Okay, those laws were never taken off the books, man. All right. This is James 4:14. And it reads, whereas ye know not what shall be on the morrow. For what is your life? It is even a vapor, and appear for a little time, and vanisheth away. So you don't know what's going to go on tomorrow, man. The Most High can take any of us out at any given time, at any moment, for something we did in our past lives, me included. All right. People watching my videos, and a lot of people have woken up. You know, people are watching the apostles and the elders, you know, and I pray that I be not casted away. Because you can't get proud or puffed up in this thing. Okay? You can't. Because you can't just assume that you got a ticket to get on the chariot out of here. All right? This is Matthew 16:25, and it reads, for whosoever will save his life shall lose it. And whosoever will lose his life for my sake shall find it. So the only way, you got to do this work, man. That's your only assurance. All right. Not buying an AR-15 like the sister right here. All right. Who's going to be a major target. And she's putting it out there what she has. To show you, you know, Job 39 and 17, man. This is not wisdom to broadcast what you have. And I'm sure there's a lot of people know who this woman is. All right.
This is my
AR-15.
And she's an attractive sister with them big old girls too. She's gonna definitely be a target.
It doesn't have anything on here, any of the toys that most people put on their ARs, but it gets the job done. I own a Glock 43, a subcompact 9mm, a Canic, which is another 9mm.
So put on her name is Samantha, and she's a vice president of what? They put in a position of leadership. All right? Vice president of Miami Black Arms Club. So you know she won't be that difficult to find. This is not wisdom. Okay?
African Americans have it.
And the fact that you still referring to yourself as an African American. Africa is named after a so-called white man, Scipio Africanus. All right? And America is named after a so-called white man. All right? Americo Vespucci. So basically what she's saying is she's double white. Land masses do not determine your nationality. Your father's seed does. Okay? So you Israelites out there need to wake up.
Issues that other demographics cannot identify with, especially when it comes to firearms. Also, being an African American woman, there are also issues that
So anyone using that term goes to tell you that their education is all for naught, man. If you're still in this day and age referring to yourself as an African American, that should be very offensive to you, and that's a very racist title that was put on you by your oppressors, and you niggas accept it and gladly wear it.
Identify with that other demographics cannot identify with.
And Trump made it very clear that they can't stand you niggas, man. But this is all leading up to what they wanted to do. Let me take that back a little bit. All right? Because of Trump, more of you niggas went out and bought guns. Because Barack Obama, the Edomites went out and bought way more guns. So you still outgunned. Okay? You're still outmanned and outgunned. These Edomites got more guns than you do. All right? This is 2nd Ezra 15 and 15. For the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands. And there should be sedition among men, and invading another, and they shall not regard their kings nor their princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. So they're going to be going at it, man. They're going to be killing each other out there. That's exactly what's going to happen. Let me get another one. This is 2nd Ezra 6 and 24. That's 1st Ezra Salakia. 2nd Ezra 6 and 24. And it reads, and at that time shall friends fight one against another like enemies, and the earth shall stand in fear with those that dwell therein, and the springs and fountains shall stand still, and in 3 hours they shall not run. So, hey, look, you so-called Negroes, you so-called white people, you're going to be turning your guns on each other, man. You're going to be turning your guns on the people that's near you because they're going to be trying to come for whatever it is you have. All right? So half the time you're going to die at the hand of your own people before you even get to this to fight against your enemy. All right? So it's just going to be a total bloodbath and madness out there. Okay? And you can't depend. Am I saying that you shouldn't be able to defend yourself? No, I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying is that your first recourse and protection is Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. So with that, I hope this was an edifying lesson. Call halal Yahweh Bashem Yahushai and Abba Babal.